Hey, it's Nadja Sapphire here. Just a quick message to say, anyone who's not, I think you need to follow and subscribe to Think Wrestling. They post lots of great wrestling content and lots of interviews with lots of indie wrestlers. So get following and subscribing.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Think Wrestling. This is Talking Wrestling. I'm here with the I Am Serb and James Travers, known by two names.
Yep.
So I'll get into your Wulfrun J Travers bit in a minute, because obviously you essentially have got two characters in wrestling.
Well, I've always had the Iron Serb. The Iron Serb has been what has made me the money over the years. It's what got me on the shows. James Travers is specific to Wulfrun.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be a wrestler on my own show.
Yeah.
Guys who can promote a show, run a show and wrestle on it, have my admiration, but there's no way in hell I want to do that. So, and plus, I didn't want to be a heel on my own show. It's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fair enough, yeah. So you mentioned the Iron Serb as being your biggest thing in wrestling, hasn't it? So what exactly was the inspiration or the idea behind that character?
We were talking about characters. There were 6 of us preparing for our first match, which was a trainee battle royal in January 2008. I've been doing this 11 years. I don't know how, but I've been doing it 11 years, nearly 12.
Not dead yet.
Well, you know, body feels it at times, but we were talking about gimmicks because we were starting to think about our characters. And I mentioned that my nickname at the rugby club had been the Serbian Assassin. It was a joking nickname, but it went from there. Everyone just knows me as Serb now, so it's what it is. And the promoter at the time said, that's good, we can use that, but maybe think of something a bit more family friendly. So the Iron Serb came from that. Ilya is my middle name, James Ilya Vukmirovic. And Dragovic, Rocky for Ivan Dragovic, just makes it sound more Slavonic, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it took off from there. I think of the 6 people from that match, I'm the only person who's still doing the same character. Because there's 2 who've, I think, more or less retired from it. One who might possibly be in prison, I'm not entirely sure. And then there's Carson Bailey and Charles Kelsey.
Oh yeah.
Who were at the time Alex Graves and Kay Bain. They've gone through multiple characters.
Yeah.
Iron Serb's always been the character. The look's changed, and the voice has changed over the years, but it's always been me. It's always been the Iron Serb.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, you mentioned the voice there. You've got that accent absolutely nailed. I mean,
it's taken a long time to sort of get it right, because I tried to sort of, make it Eastern European at the time, but I sound like James from Wolverhampton. Whereas the reason the voice exists is a guy I know from Serbian Rugby League, Radoslav, and he talks like this all the time. Would you like some whiskey? So that just became the voice of the Iron Serb.
Yeah.
It slips sometimes because it's a very hard voice to hold on to.
Yes.
Hence why I'm doing this interview as me, not as the Iron Serb, because I could not hold that voice for half an hour. So I'd have holding it for a bloody match.
Oh no, fair enough. Well, I mean,
my voice is fucked at the end of the match anyway. Because I'm all the way through. So I sound like this at the end of a match, which is great fun when I talk and work right for a living.
Well, honestly, the things we do for wrestling,
Absolutely. It was war shows years ago when I heard the Executioner and he was doing all his vocal warm-ups. He was going, yo, yeah. And I sort of thought, what the hell's he doing? But then he could go out and bellow, shut up, and be fine at the end. And I think maybe after 12 years, maybe I should be doing that.
I mean, I'm in no position to be saying what you shouldn't be doing, because I've never been in a position where I need to put on a fake accent, but I would guess that with anything when you put on your voice, it would be good to give it a bit of a warm up. Not going in there going, I'm not going to go and try. I will kill my voice doing that.
Hindsight being what it is, I probably should have had an easier gimmick where I didn't have to put a voice on. But the Iron Serb's been it for my whole wrestling career, apart from, as we said, Wulfrun.
Exactly. Speaking of Wulfrun, you are James Travers there, aren't you?
Yeah. Travers was my mum's maiden name. I thought nicely, because I could have been James Vukmirovic there, but I thought it's nice to play the character who's the commissioner.
Yeah, as opposed to just being yourself.
I'm not trying. Trust me. I've known some promoters to try and make themselves the star of the show.
Yeah.
That's not the point with me. The whole point is I have Wulfrun for the wrestlers and for the fans to enjoy the wrestlers.
Yeah.
I make periodic appearances to announce a match or get in the or be around the judge or things like that. But I'm not the star. I don't want to be the star of the show.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really been a massive fan. I mean, I'm not about to bash anyone who is who's wrestler on their own show. So I don't know the person. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But I've never really been. Cause it always seems like to me like a cheap attempt to just get yourself over. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Some shows can do that. And there was a point when the judge suggested that I should be. This is going behind the scenes, obviously, but I should be the one to beat him for the title. And I said, "Are you? No, that's not happening."
Yeah.
Because it's bad enough when a promoter makes himself the champion of his own show.
Yeah.
But when I'm not even a wrestler on the show, that's just I vetoed that straight away. So that's not happening.
Yeah.
I had plans about where the title was going, who it was going to.
Yeah.
And as has been shown, the judge and James Travers will have a match. It's a little reluctance on my part because I don't want to really wrestle on Wulfrun. I didn't want to get in the ring, but in this case it's a means to an end. It's a match that will happen. It will serve a purpose for what then goes on to the next part of the storyline. But it's going to be a rarity that you'll see James Travers actually in the ring.
Yeah.
You may have seen, people who've been to the Wulfrun shows in the past and they've seen the first Rumble we did, you may have seen a character called El Chico in a blue morph suit, a lucha mask and a pair of red trunks.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it was, me.
This is like, what was it? I think it was when Hulk Hogan became Mr. America, and he's like, no, that's not me. I'm like, yes, it's you.
Yeah, people can say it was me because of the tattoos. I mean, come on, these are fairly noticeable in terms of what they are. So people are going to see them and go, hang on, that was you, wasn't it? They go, it filled a spot in the Rumble. That's what it was.
Exactly. Yeah. And I do commend you for that because I think it's very easy. I think it will. This is a complete guess, obviously, but I would imagine it's very easy to be sort of carried away with the running your own promotion, and thus it would be quite easy to just put yourself on, not necessarily put yourself in the main event every single time, but at least have yourself on the card every single time. So the fact that you are this reluctant and you're doing it just once, I can't commend you for that.
There's a strategy to being a promoter and being a wrestler on the show because it means you're not paying a wage because you're effectively doing it for free.
Yeah.
But then it can be you can do it just to make it your own vehicle to put yourself over.
Yeah.
If you think about the AWA, that existed because Vern Gagne couldn't be NWA world champion, so he ran his own promotion and made himself a champion. That's not even behind the scenes. That was actually proven. The fact he retired as the AWA champion, having beat Nick Bockwinkel, that kind of says something.
You don't want to ever do that. And so I mean, the fact that you have thought this through very well, I think. I mean, with the entire thing of this being what I would guess the only appearance you ever planned to do in the actual ring.
Pretty much. And it's being put back now because Judge can't be there in November.
Oh yeah.
This isn't even breaking news. This is report. If you go on the Wulfrun Facebook page, you'll find it on there. So that's the story behind that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just means wait until January. But the show that we've got planned for November, I think, is a very good one because we've got two title matches. We've got Chantel Jordan versus Mia Cortez. We've got Elliot Jordan versus TJ Sky.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Elliot Jordan Experience. Sorry, Elliot. Just make sure you get that right.
For that.
Yeah, but I corrected myself, so what can you do? I'll just pass him on the head and we'll be fine. Xander Cooper versus Colt Miles. Sorry, it's not White Tiger anymore. The 6-woman elimination match. And there's a triple threat match which will be announced later this week. I'm giving away nothing now.
But I mean that is a stacked card and a half. I mean the participants that have been announced for the Women's Man match so far, there's, correct me if I'm wrong with this, Natalie Wilde, Hannah Taylor, Lacey
Adams,
that's it, and there's one more. Shauna Shea, that's it,
this is, I've got a lot of contacts in the women's game, so I'm able to find a lot of good women. Some of it's been people I've met on shows. a couple of weeks ago I was on CPW, I met Hannah Taylor for the first time.
Yeah.
Saw her work, realised she's very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that wasn't a secret anyway. And we spoke about it, and she agreed she wanted to do Wulfrun shows, so here we go. I've got another person from that part of the world.
Exactly, yeah.
Think about, I mean, that part of the world itself, Northwest, that you get Liverpool and Manchester.
Yeah.
I've had Mel Price, I've had Natalie Wilde, I've had Dan Evans, I've had Scott Oberman / Windsor / Seth Skyline, Chase Alexander, who was my third champion.
Yeah.
And he's very good. He's got the potential to go all the way up.
Oh,
they all have, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any of them I would look at and I'd go, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I suppose if you were going to ask me about my thoughts on booking people for shows, I do like to see people work before I book them. There's very few people I booked sight unseen. I think Jade, I booked sight unseen, but I knew she could work anyway.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Northern, when he partnered with Shauna, they're partners anyway.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen him work, but I guess that because he trains with Hope, he's gonna know what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think some of that's just luck. And there's a lot of guys I've worked on shows with who I thought they could fit in a certain place.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for the first, it was kind of inadvertent. The title tournament for the WPW Championship was between Judge and Bouncer.
Yeah.
But then they are so good it helps anyway.
Yeah.
I'm very proud that Bouncer was the first champion of Wulfrun Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
It was a shame he had to give it up because of his back injury.
Yeah.
But there were plans. I've had people like Jesse Jones come back.
Yeah.
When you think about everything, the only problem with that was I can't book him as a heel anymore.
Yeah.
Because of such the well-wishing of him coming back.
Exactly.
This life-threatening injury.
Yeah.
It's like saying, well, this is Jesse Jones. We're glad you're back. You're a heel. It's not going to work, is it?
I mean, okay. To be fair, this is independent of wrestling, and I've seen some utterly ridiculous things. I'm sure it wouldn't be easy by any means, but it could work. It would just take a very particular angle of a very long period of time to make it work, wouldn't it? I think.
Well, the best angle we've had story-wise was TJ Sky and Liam Perrin.
Oh yeah.
It ended up being over a year and a half because of Liam forgetting he was on holiday once. And Liam, I know you've actually told me this. You actually said that. So it ended with the strap match.
Yeah.
Which I was struggling to think of how to end it. I was going to end it with a last man standing match or a pinfall to count anywhere match. Then I realised I had that red strap.
Yeah.
And it just
seemed too good to not.
Serendipity, it pops in my head. It was like finding that venue in the first place.
Yeah.
The reason Wulfrun have that venue is because I was driving past it one day. Remembered I'd been there as a kid.
Yeah.
Doing probably God knows what. And I thought, that'll be a good place for a venue. Walked in, high roof, all the sort of good space around it.
Yeah.
But the backstage area, which you've seen, is massive.
It's enormous, yeah.
We've got a big backstage area to work with. And it just fit nicely. Last show, we had over 100 people for the first time. And that was without certain people being there. Tom wasn't there, for example. He was, where were you?
What day was that?
That was September the 7th.
Oh, I'm trying to think, because I think I had a show that day. Can't remember what it was.
There you go. So this is without some of my regulars being there. And if we were talking about Tom and his love of Wulfrun Pro Wrestling.
Oh God, I know where you're going with this.
Tom did a top 10 list.
Top 5.
Top 5 list about promotions you need to go and see. Wulfrun was on there, which I was very touched by. He did preface this by saying that I don't watch too many of the shows, but you need to go and see it. This is the point where I say, Tom, maybe you should put your camera down and go and watch the shows.
In my defence, right. Now,
now you knew when you had me on the story was going to happen, didn't you?
I sort of. I mean, in all honesty, I was hoping you would have forgotten about that by now.
Never. Because it's funny.
But yeah, that one, I didn't.
It was like the most backhanded compliment in the world saying, you need to see this show. I haven't seen it, but it's great.
Like that one, I didn't think that through a whole lot. That video.
Really?
Shock on Tom didn't think something through. That video I did because I was looking to break break the cycle of the only things that I upload to the channel being these interviews, which don't get me wrong, I love these, I'll never stop doing these, but I thought I want to do something else, and I thought, oh, this could be a good thing to do. The problem with that is that I thought, the issue with that is that the shows that I go to regularly, like Phoenix, Wulfrun for example, I go to mainly to do interviews at, and then once a show is always a sort of second on the list, which means that while I love the promotions, I love the people there, it means that I can't say too much about what I see, because of course I'm backstage doing interviews the whole time. I think it was when I interviewed Jay, that was before the show, so I did see the entire show for that.
Yeah. When you interviewed Natalie, I think during the show, I think you interviewed Kieran during the show.
Yeah, I interviewed Kieran during the first half, I interviewed Natalie during the second half, so...
By the way, unlike the people who've been on Wulfrun and forgot to mention where they were, I will point out we are at Phoenix Wrestling today, where the Iron Serb is facing Street Punk Tony. See, guys, this is what you do. When you're on another show, you're being interviewed by this guy, make sure you mention where you are. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not very good for that, but yeah. So for the next, the next Wulfrun show is it's the 9th of November, isn't it? Yeah. So I will be there for that. I'm 99% sure. I've got no shows booked that day. Just have to make sure I'm actually free that day. But if I am, then I'll be down
I've
there.
actually looked, and I don't think there's anything really on that day, because a lot of the shows recently I've clashed with, like APW or Shropshire Wrestling and things like that. And you know, that's fine. There was someone who said recently, "Oh, there's too many shows in the area." I went, "No, it's not oversaturation at all.
Yeah.
It just gives people more places to go and more people to watch."
Exactly. Yeah.
It was like when I started running Wolverhampton. I went to Martin Zaki at Fight Club Pro, and I said, "Do you mind me running Wolverhampton?" And he said, "It's not really my audience. I don't mind at all." And it's not. Yeah, Fight Club Pro audience is this. Wulfrun audience is this. Yeah, they're getting 300-400 people. Like I said, we just cracked 100 people.
Yeah. Well,
very first show, 20 people, if that. And most of them are workers.
Yeah.
The difference now between the number of people who are punters and the number of people who are workers, very, very, very small now. It's like maybe. I don't know what I'm doing that for, but it's like 5 to 10 workers. Yeah. And these are people who've actually come to help out with the show. Yeah. And I always appreciate when people do that, because Wulfrun is me, basically. Yeah. I am Wulfrun Pro Wrestling.
Mr. Wulfrun.
The only thing I don't own are the venue and the ring. Yeah. For which I'm always thankful for the Hunter brothers for using or Phil Powers from Essex, or I've used the FCW ring as well. So I've always had a ring. There's always a ring available. Yeah. But everything else it's me, and it's my money, and it's my time. Yeah. So having people come to help is always appreciated. Yeah. Which I'm going to say that takes a lot, because I mean I know. Well, I say I know. I don't know, but I would guess that if you get maybe because what I do know is there's a lot that goes into winning a promotion. And I would guess that can get very, very overwhelming. I did a checklist of all the stuff you do before the show starts. Yeah. Just ticking off things you tick off. There's 57 things. Oh my god. That do things like loading up the ring, setting up the camera, taking the speakers out of the car, marking them up. Gaffer taping down the wires to make sure people don't trip over them. Yeah. So it's all these little finicky things. It's small things. Yeah. But if it ensures the smooth running of the show, then that's absolutely fine. I'm down with it.
Thought for a minute that was going to be Victoria Adams doing her rudimentary run-in mid-interview.
I'm amazed to think we've gone 20 minutes and there hasn't been somebody interrupting so far.
Don't hold your breath.
Well, I could hold my breath, but I'd pass out. Oh, I see what you mean, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll move on from that one, shan't we?
Yeah, you mentioned over saturation and not wanting to run a show where the thought might be that you're trying to directly compete with another show.
I've been lucky in a way that where I run in Wolverhampton, there's not really that many shows around there. Because if you look at Wolverhampton Wrestling, you've got Fight Club, you've got Wulfrun. I know PWA run in the Emerald Club on the outskirts of town. Yeah. Apart from that, you're going down to Future Championship Wrestling at Gornal. Yeah. You've got Venom at Starbridge. Yeah. You've got Steve's promotion.
For wrestling subject.
For wrestling subjective in Rally Regis, yeah. So you've got promotions building up. I mean, Kamikaze run in Birmingham, but they train in Tipton.
And they're running commentary as well.
Exactly, they're running commentary as well. So I don't think there's saturation at all.
Yeah.
If somebody then runs at the school just down the road from me, good on them if they can build the audience. Because what's happened with Wulfrun over time is, and I was quoting this too, there's a woman who came through a show, and it was her and her son.
Yeah.
And the last show she booked 20 tickets. Because his mates told his mates, she told people about it, and they told other people, they came, they enjoyed it, and they came back.
Yeah.
So that's it. I think if you can put on the show, I think if the shows are on, if they're not self-indulgent crap, basically, I think if you put on shows that people will enjoy and want to come back. Do I sometimes put on matches that I want to see? Yeah, I think every promoter does that.
Yeah.
If a promoter wants to put on, say, Millie McKenzie versus Nightshade, that was the main event of the first show.
Yeah.
You're going to put it on as a match.
Yeah.
And that really was the main event of the first show. It's a pity it wasn't in front of more people, and there's not really a video to show it, but it was still a great match. I think if you put on the right sort of products, if you make it somewhere people want to go, people want to go, and it doesn't matter how many other shows there are.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think there will get to a point where having so many shows running in an area would do more harm than good. But
I don't know. I don't agree with that. If they're all running at the same time, that's one thing. But if people have got places to work,
that's what I mean.
Daniel Valentine ran Youngblood.
Yeah.
And I think because of things going on in his life, he didn't run it. He hasn't run many shows since.
Yeah.
But he said he was worried about whether it was oversaturation. I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
I was looking at it was Riley Hill.
Yeah, that's the oversaturation. Yeah. There's almost no wrestling there.
Exactly. If you put it in places where there's already wrestling, say a show runs near the Baggeries Club in Gornal.
Yeah.
FCW have been there since 2003.
Yeah.
So that's going to get in the way. There's a show in Starbridge just after where Venom are. That's going to get in the way. But I think if people are sensible about it, if they think about when they're putting the shows on and they run the right place, and plus if they've got enough people to call upon.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I've got a very good contacts list of people I can call.
Yeah.
Women have dropped out. I've had women drop out of this 6-woman match, and that's been unfortunate. But I've had people I can bring in. I've got other people I can bring in.
Yeah, I mean, it must get quite, because I don't know, I don't know again, obviously, but I would imagine there are shows where there's quite a few people dropping out, more people coming in, so I imagine that would get quite difficult to keep a track of.
I think I've only had one show where it's been what I've advertised at the beginning. But that's
but I mean, that's wrestling, to be fair.
People have money problems, or they have family problems, or they get injured. And if they get injured, and if basically it's out of their control, that's absolutely fine. I don't tolerate it when people, drop out because, basically because they lie to me.
Yeah. And
I've had it happen once. Put it this way, the person doesn't work for me anymore. I'm not going to say who he is because I'm bigger than that.
Fair enough, yeah.
But it was enough hassle, and then when I found out they were doing what they were doing, I went, nah, we can't do this again. So.
I mean, at the end of the day, all they've done is lost themselves a booking, and you're thriving. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had this for a week and a half. It's still pissing me off.
It's not
going to affect me when I'm wrestling because I think because I'm breathing and I'm thinking about that. Hacking my guts up doesn't come into it. But when I'm at work, because I'm a journalist, I'm typing and I'm talking to people on the phone. I'm finding myself there going, bear with me a second, and then carry on.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my best not to empty my lungs down the line. Particularly when it's an old person saying, we've got this town women's guild and we want to see whether you'll come and cover it. Or words to that effect.
Yes. That sounds lovely.
No, that's alright, I don't mind.
So
I like my job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've essentially got two jobs. You're working in journalism and you're working in Wulfrun and other wrestling stuff. So
I am a small-time wrestling promoter. And I'm going to say that this is it, aspirations to possibly go bigger with Wulfrun. Yeah. I've always said that the ultimate to me would be to have a show at the Wulfrun Hall, Wulfrun Pro Wrestling at the Wulfrun Hall would be great.
Yeah.
That's a long way down the line.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me, first of all, is to keep filling that venue and fill it on a constant basis, almost to the point where I've got to turn people away.
Yeah.
Because if you go into the venue we've got at Wulfrun Pro Wrestling is this. You've got the floor, and there's the stage. And above that, there's an area where you can probably have about 20 seats. I haven't got to the stage yet where I can open that up.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the next stage, because when over 100 people are there on one night and they enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And hopefully, there'll be some drop-off. There'll be some people who don't come back because either they've got something else on that night or they're away. It's what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, that happens to any promotion.
Yeah, but I always get new names. I also know that certain people will turn up if certain people are there.
Yeah.
Chantal Jordan is now the women's champion at Wulfrun Pro Wrestling.
And she will draw names. She will draw the crowd.
People will come because of that.
Yeah.
I know people who travel because of Cat Von Cage.
Yeah.
Who I try to have on. I've got her on in January, I believe. So I know that there'll be people who will come because of that.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
There'll be people who will come because of Dan Evans and Natalie Wilde, or they're
like me.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
Well, I said that I'm there every show I can get to because of who's there. Because I don't like promotion.
There'll be people there because of RC Chaos. Rob is a great draw.
Yeah.
People there because of Chase Alexander.
Yeah.
When he won the title, that got massive reception.
Oh god, the pop was enormous.
Absolutely, and it was the poster that the kids gave him with the moustache on, moustache power. That shows the effect that if you are there, and I think the way it works with my crowd is they're not going to respond massively to big moves. You can do all this big sort of flippy stuff and get a round of applause. But if you've got a character, if you've got something that people believe in, if you make the story believable, you'll hook people in.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it works.
And I think that is I don't want to say that is a dying thing because it isn't. But I do notice more promotions, particularly more indie promotions, going for the spots over the sort of kind of and there's nothing wrong with spots. I love seeing a top rope moonsault to the next guy. Really bad idea. But I love character work and character development and storylines even more than that, and that's what keeps people coming back because like you said with the angle with Chase Alexander, that was how long was that exactly? Because that's been taking place over numerous shows.
Well, he's been there since beginning of last year, I believe. This is it. He got a booking because he could drive.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen him work, but he was vouched for by Scott Oberman and Natalie Wilde.
And if they vouch for you, then you know.
This is it. If certain people vouch for certain people, then I know they're going to be good.
Exactly.
And that was the way it works out. He turned out to be really good, so I kept booking. I kept having him back on.
Exactly. Yeah.
And building him up.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the way it works. If you talk about, say, character work versus work, I know what I am.
Yeah.
I've got a certain amount of ability. I'm not the most mobile guy in the world. I'm not the best wrestler in the world. I'll happily acknowledge that.
Yeah.
The guy this was a Facebook page called Bad Wrestlers Exposed. It's not there anymore because he was a small person sitting in a bedroom somewhere elsewhere. But he called me the Fat Serb, and I thought, pretty accurate, because that's exactly what I am.
Yeah.
I am what I am. I'm a big guy in lycra. The character is why I get booked.
Yeah.
The wrestling is what it is, but the Iron Serb is a great character.
Yeah.
That's what gets people invested in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And someone told me once, they said, we were absolutely terrified of you the first time we met you. And I thought, okay, because they saw the Serb.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. This is the thing I have on Facebook, where people have tagged me into wrestling pictures. I've gone back and I've said, tag the Iron Serb, don't tag me.
Yeah.
Because they're two separate things.
Yeah.
I won't just say that for my professional life, but in general, the Iron Serb and James Mirovic are different people.
Yeah.
I play that character. That's what I'm going to go out tonight.
Yeah.
When I go through the curtain to face Tony in a street fight, and when I go back through the curtain, I'm the Iron Serb. Once I go back through the curtain, I'm James again.
Yeah.
I'll probably be knackered and sore and sweating out of every particular part of my body, but I'll still be enjoying it.
That's an image in my head now.
Well, with the match before the main event, I've got ages to get ready for it. But I just know that when we come out, while the main event's going on, I'm going to be lying on the floor of the changing room going, water, anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. Now you mentioned that the reason you booked Chase Alexander in the first place was because Scott Oman, aka Seth, aka the other name is Adam Pass, and Natalie Wilde recommended him to you.
Yeah.
And he was a name that you not seen prior to you booking him.
There's a few people I've had on, like I said, I hadn't seen Jade in action, but I guessed with what she was doing that she was going to be good, and so she's proved. I'm trying to think who else. Nathaniel Northern. Some of the guys on the very first show, Shorey, I'd never seen in action, but he'd come by the recommendation of Jesse Jones. Harry Cruz, same thing. I hadn't booked Harry on knowing him. I booked him because Jesse Jones knew him. And as it works out, Harry, I was giving a push to. I may still give a push to if he comes back. There are some guys who I've met and I've seen work and I've thought, okay, they're actually pretty good, I'll keep using them. It's whether they want to work for me, obviously. It's kind of a two-way thing. I could ring in somebody and say, or message them on Facebook and say, hello, this is James from Wulfrun Pro Wrestling, would you like to work for me? And they go, nah. I don't know why people would turn down work. I'm hopeful that in this industry I've not made too many enemies, if any. I don't go around. I turn up, this is my philosophy, turn up, work, be friendly, be helpful, don't be a dick.
I think
don't be a dick occurs about 5 times.
I think in general that's just a pretty good philosophy to have, and that will,
don't have an ego because you're not that special.
I say, I mean,
if you were that good, you'd be working for WWE.
His word's not mine, I'm going to say after that. But I do agree with you, I do agree with you. I think the worst thing in this industry is a big ego, and there are people who are absolutely phenomenal, who I would call the best in well, at least one of the best in the world, working numerous indie dates for I don't want to say really tiny promotions, but certainly not the sort of massive progress things you expect. And that's something that I really do admire, because if you're that big, then you have got the chance of saying, no, you're too small for me. So the fact that they...
a couple of weeks ago, Cara Noir was on Fight Club Pro. The next day, I drove him to CPW to be on their show, because we were both on. He was in the main event with Tomby. I was in the triple threat match. And we sort of spoke about that, and he can go, and he said, well, you know, I do the work where I can. He tries to work weekends, but at the same time, he's got no ego about it. He's just, he knows he's good, and he is, and that ring entrance is phenomenal. Seeing it.
I've never seen that entrance, but I will get to. If not at Fight Club this month, then I will be at Shropshire next month when I
It really says something about Fight Club Pro fans when some of them can be raving lunatics, and it's improving, but they all suddenly shh as he's doing his entrance, because it's big, you know, the big wings and the entrances, and the fact that the gimmick is no, he doesn't talk. It's a silent gimmick. I mean, obviously he yells out pain and all that, but it's not the. Whereas the Iron Serb is
Two massively contrasting gimmicks.
But again, it's the difference for him. He was going from 400 people at the hangar to however many at TPW. I don't count the crowd out there, but I think 120 people, if that. But again, it's that thing from there. I've been in a car with Davey Richards when he was the Ring of Honor champion, and Ring of Honor can get thousands of people. They filled Madison Square Garden. And the same evening, he was on FCW in front of 150 people, and he was on PWA in front of probably about the same. But for him, it was the arse of it, and he loved it. I think as long as you love it and you do it and you continue to do it, and like I said, don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
You'll always go far.
I think that is a big thing, because I mean, in wrestling, it is so easy to turn people against you if you've got the wrong attitude. I mean, I've turned people against me. I'm going to say that, and I've turned against people myself. You know, I'm not going to name anyone, but it happens.
I feel I need to pat you on the head. There you go. I feel better for that.
I feel I'm one.
That was like the there.
No, I think because I mean in wrestling it's obviously important to not be a dickhead and to be respectful of everyone, but it's also important you don't, you know your self-worth as a you know, so
that's it. You know, I think certain promotions I know where I am. The Iron Serb, I don't want to say I've been champion, but the Iron Serb's been champion at Phoenix twice. Which is, I never thought in wrestling I'd ever win a championship, so been champion here twice, which is nice. I've held the CPW New Blood Championship, but I've always known that this was to then go to the next step with somebody else. So first time I had the championship here, it was to build the feud with Dan Tucker. And then when he beat the Iron Serb for the belt, great match. I was really proud of it, and it was a great scene for him. Then when won it back, lost to Tony at the Christmas show last year, which was again great match. I like working with Tony with the New Blood Championship. It was all about building Leighton Sims, making him the legit character, because he turned face. He become he wasn't the hooligan anymore. It was all about how it was one of the best feuds I've had in terms of just building that character, building that story, and making him look better at the end of it. At the moment at CPW, I'm in a thing where I'm with Mr. Ace, one of the guys from Superstars last year. And he's got great look. He's got a great gimmick, and he's starting to get into it, but he's still very green. And the whole thing is, I've been trusted with, or asked to help him, get that character out more. And it's in an odd couple tag team where the Iron Serb has been forced to be tag team partners with this. And there's a picture I've put on the Iron Serb Facebook page of him posing, full pose, and me just with me like this. A look that says, "Why me? What did I do to deserve this?" But it's great fun doing it. The biggest problem is it's trying not to crack. When he's being funny. I can keep a straight face. I can be the straight man very well. Christ, it's difficult at times.
I would guess that'd be one of the most difficult parts about playing any heel character at all is when your opponent is in a face, or obviously if you're heel, face to face, and if their character is not so much a joker, but someone who likes to have a bit of fun in the match, it can be so difficult to sort of to do that match and not just burst out laughing all the way through. There's one when Mark Clark at FCW. He and Matt were still doing the Clarkwood gimmick, so they were singing to the ring. This is when the Iron Serb was still singing the Serbian national anthem. So I go out, I sing the Serbian national anthem, which I do know most of the words of, by the way. No, we don't need to go there. There's videos of it somewhere. He comes out singing "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," and I'm keeping a straight face up to the point, even though it is ridiculous. And I think, okay, we're nearly there, we're at the end. Then he points to the door and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the latest member of Clarkwood, Chris Godsize." Chris Godsize, the ring announcer, kicks up the doors and does the Elton John, "Well, I can find." And you can see on video, Jig, the referee, just turning away giggling, and me going, having to walk around acting, yelling and shouting, and keeping a straight face as best as I can. But if you watch it back, it is hysterical. That's why I find that on Facebook.
I'll post it at some point to say this is what wrestling is. It's not just move for move and hit for hit and all that. Sometimes it's just random shit that.
Some wrestling is ridiculous.
I think I was watching NXT the other day and having whoever it was get in the face of Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa hits him with a big forearm, knocks him out. Kathy Kay says, "Tommaso, do you know what he said?" Tommaso turns and just goes, "I have no idea," and walks off. That was funny. I like stuff like that. And people who think you've got to be this big, serious thing. Two people, Kurt Angle and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because they could be the serious guy, the ass-kicking Texas redneck and the Olympic hero, or they could sing "Kumbaya" and chewy crack corn.
Exactly,
And it's that having that range. Kurt Angle said it's a Hall of Fame ceremony. Take risks with your career. I've always said this with wrestling. Don't take yourself too seriously. If there's a point where you have to scream like a girl, scream like a girl.
Exactly, Kyle Fletcher at Far Cry, he's absolutely phenomenal. He's a brilliant wrestler, and he screams like a guy, and it is hilarious. I think it was the first time I saw him at a Firefox and a few times I saw him at an Iron Fist stuff. I think early in his career, he was a brilliant wrestler. And then when someone got him on his shoulders to do an airplane spin, I pissed myself laughing with the scream he let out. It was such a high pitched, good. And I did this way. And I thought the fact that he can do that is not to take himself too seriously. It's brilliant.
That's what I like about Fight Club Pro. You can have serious wrestling and sometimes the matches with too many finishes. And I've said this, one of the matches I saw, there was 20 near falls and I thought it was too much.
Yeah.
But there was a match, it was Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, the world's cutest tag team, I believe they were called, against Martina and Shea Baszler. And it was hysterical. It was such a funny match. And they played their parts so nicely. I mean, Joey Ryan's got the whole too hard, too strong thing, which is any other walk of life.
This is a PG show, you can say.
Any other walk of life, people would look and they'd go, that's obscene.
Yeah.
You can't do that. In wrestling, it's grab his cock and then get thrown by it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that it shouldn't work, but it does. When Spud came back and he was doing his Spud 2002 gimmick, it came out and it was, when you just sat in the audience and you got, and I bet when I stand at Fight Club Pro, I had to borrow a seat to sit down because I was laughing my ass off. And that's the thing. I think wrestling can be. This is my. If you want my philosophy on wrestling, I'll say it right here.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you want it to be, and you can be whatever size you want to be. I mean, would I like to be, completely ripped and shredded? Yeah, it's too much work.
Who wouldn't?
I'm not saying. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm a lazy bastard.
So am I.
That's the way I'm programmed. But I still do. I learn more on shows than I do training. I've helped train people in the past, but it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be with whoever you want it to be, as long as it's entertaining, it tells a story, and people are invested in it.
Yeah.
Because if you go out and you do this big, high, flippy, spotty match, I'm not picking on people that do that, because some of the people do it, they do it really well. But if you can do something where the crowd are knackered, they don't know what to think, the most you're going to get is. Whereas you want that big
exactly.
Whoa, for people enjoying themselves.
Exactly.
Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole at NXT Takeover was one of the best examples of that because of the story they told. The near falls and the kickouts, and NXT's guilty sometimes of too many big move kickouts. But just what they did, then the Undisputed Era coming out and getting involved, and then when Johnny Gargano actually won the match, the reaction from that, and that was the crowd going down, going up, going down, going up, and then right at the end, right at the up, he wins the belt.
I have been to and I've seen so many singles matches almost identical, not move by move, but in the way that they are worked, and some of these minute man matches get cricket, some of them get massive reactions, and the simple reason for that is because there's no story there, and while the big moves are great, and I always applaud the big move, it's hard to do. I don't really know if I should cheer or boo, because I don't know who I'm supposed to be behind. That makes sense. I think it was at a fucking pro show. It was an absolutely fantastic match. And it was not John Devlin. It was Speedball versus someone else I can't remember. He's absolutely fantastic, and the match was great. But it didn't get a massive reaction because because the crowd couldn't tell what the story was and what the character was, and you could tell the match was great. It suffered because of the lack of story there.
I think it's different for every person.
And
I think the best advice I ever got told was, slow it down. Because I'm a big guy that's not kid ourselves, I'm 20 stone. And I shouldn't be running around the ring like a lunatic. So slow it down. If you want to pop on a hold, pop on a hold. If you want to do a rest spot, do a rest spot. There is a reason why sometimes people do the 10 count. So they can either catch their breath. You've got to be fit to do this. You've got to be able to do this, because if you're completely unfit, then you're just going to be dangerous.
But at the same time, it is exhausting, isn't it? And
it's
wears you out.
I've always said this with wrestling. I get paid to sit around. The wrestling I do for free. Because realistically, it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes of action. Once you're done, you're done. But it can be knackering, particularly if you do certain types of matches. Or if it's baking up. History 6 for CPW, it was about 35 degrees in that room. And I decided to wrestle in face paint because I'm an idiot. that didn't melt, but the second I was out there and we were in action, I could just feel it running down my face. It didn't go in the eyes, but
God blimey. I mean, I've never seen you wrestling. Are you wearing face paint tonight at all?
Nah. Spoiler alert, no, I'm not. I did this for a special, because it was a flag match. I thought it's like CPW's WrestleMania. It's their big event.
It is.
So I got Tomby, who he did this tattoo, and he's really good, by the way. If anyone wants a tattoo, go and speak to.
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah.
But I asked him to do the Serbian white eagle on the face. He did it bigger than I wanted to, but it still looked good. Yeah. Then I just filled in the red, the blue, and the white around it.
Yeah.
So for one evening, the Iron Serb was the face painted Serb. last year at FCW against Mark Hogan in the street fights. Because the storyline was to do with Happy Serb Day, they invented a thing called Happy Serb Day. They may have heard Rusev Day and thought it was a good idea, but the difference is the Serb hated it.
Yeah.
So as it's driven the Serb nutty, driven the Serb mad, for this match goes out with a towel over my head. Yeah. And the crowd don't see it, so I whip it off, and there's red, blue, white. I am face painted like you wouldn't believe. Didn't run in my eyes either, which was a good thing. Yeah. But you're still running the risk of being unable to see.
Yeah, I mean...
It just works in the context of that. People who wrestle in face paint all the time, good luck to you. Yeah. If you've got good stuff, then that's fine.
But I think if you're going to get to the point where you invest face paint every single match, then you would invest in really professional grade stuff that wouldn't melt or drip at all.
The guys... I think I was listening to Animal from the Legion of Doom. Yeah. He said it was Memorex or something like that. Some sort of real industry standard paint that doesn't come off. Yeah. Which is why if you watch the Legion of Doom match, they didn't lose their paint very much. Yeah. Usually because the matches didn't last longer than 5 minutes, but still.
Well, it's always something.
They got paid the same rate as the guys doing the half an hour Broadway, so it works out for them.
Whenever works, So I think we will leave it there. I will get you back on the show because there's so much more that I want to ask, but at the same time I don't want to overrun this. Yeah. So thank you very much, Iron Serb / James Travers, for joining me. We'll ask before we end if you want to plug your socials on Wulfrun socials.
Right. People to follow it. Let me have a think about this. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram. There's the Iron Serb Facebook page. Yeah. Buy a Wulfrun Pro Wrestling t-shirt on our Big Cartel site. If you give me a second, I'll actually work out what the actual details are. Because the problem is that you can ask me this. Yeah. I don't know them off by heart. I'm not that smart with it.
I don't think many people do know their socials off by heart. I know.
For Instagram, it's just Wulfrun Pro Wrestling. Yeah. I suspect it's the same for Twitter as well.
Probably is, but I can't remember.
Yeah. This is riveting, by the way. I know people are absolutely loving this. So, at Wulfrun Pro for Twitter. You can find us on Facebook for Wulfrun Pro Wrestling, and if you look for Wulfrun Pro Wrestling on Google, you'll find our Big Cartel site. We also advertise it on our Facebook page. That's where you can buy tickets to the next show, and t-shirts. They are £13 because that includes the purchase and packaging.
Why 13? That's a very odd number.
Well, it's 10 quid for the t-shirt plus £3 for the purchase.
Okay, I thought I was going to say
if you go to a show, they're 10 quid.
Yeah, fair
enough. And we have all sizes up to XXL. If you think XXL isn't that big, it fits me. So what I'm saying is there. Apart from that, watch Future Championship Wrestling because the Iron Serb's on it, and you didn't even get to this. The Iron Serb's a face. On Future Championship.
Okay, you know what? No longer.
Yeah, we'll just get this. They had the idea of turning the Iron Serb face because of Happy Serb Day. Do you know what? I was dubious, but the more it went on, the crowd started to get behind it. Yeah. I thought it'll work. Yeah. So started by shaking hands with Mark Hogan. Yeah. Then not using the flagpole as a weapon. Yeah. Then not using it again. Congratulating Mark Clark on beating him. Yeah. And then in the Rumble in January, the turn officially happened by clotheslining the Betrayed. Who were the heel tag team. Yeah. And yelling Happy Serb Day at the crowd. Next show came out, leather jacket, Happy Serb Day t-shirt, getting cheered. I still can't believe that.
That must have felt so odd.
It's 8 months on and I'm still weirded out by it. But kids are actually wanting to slap my bloody hand. I can't get that. So watch FCW to see the Iron Serb as a face. Yeah. But watch Phoenix Wrestling Association, Coventry Pro Wrestling, Venom Wrestling for heel Serb. Yeah. There's probably I've wrestled on other places as well. There's wrestling in Hinckley that I've been on. I may be back on again. We'll see what happens. And obviously come and watch Wulfrun Pro Wrestling shows. 9th of November, Something's Got to Give.
And there'll be links for all of that I'm going to be very busy finding links for all of those things.
Yeah.
There'll also be a ton of content.
Hang on, you made me go through actually finding the links. You can just put them at the end of this boxy video.
Yes.
You see what I'm working with here? Now I don't feel bad for talking about that top 5 list.
I'm never going to hit them out, am I?
No, you're not. Until you do a video saying, now I've seen Wulfrun, it's fantastic.
Fair enough. Well, you know what? I will do another top 5 one very soon, and I will try my best to Wulfrun properly in that one.
Good boy.
Don't pitch my cheeks again.
Or what? You've been kicked by Chantal Jordan, you've been shot by Millie Mackenzie, and Charlie Evans.
I have not been chopped by Millie or Charlie. I've been chopped by Corey Johnson, Dan Maloney, Lucille Lee, George Lydon.
Oh, I forgot Millie and Charlie, that's a dream, isn't it, to be shot by them?
It'll happen at some point, I'm sure.
So being pinched on the cheek by me is not a problem.
Actually, that's the least painful thing that ever happened to me in wrestling.
Yeah. I've been slapped over the ear and had my earring go wonky for a week.
Oh,
and then the same day I got kicked under the chin and had 2 of my teeth get chipped.
Oh, that sounds...
And they say it's fake.
And so wrestling is predetermined, but it's not fucking fake. And I think it was at UKWA Sugar last year. I decided to take a very, very basic bump into the ring. I can't wrestle for medical reasons, but I wanted to know how it felt to take a bump, so I took a very basic back bump. Fuck me, it hurts. And that's just a basic back bump.
Here's the difference. I've actually been to freestyle wrestling training.
Yeah.
Wolverhampton Wrestling Club. And I couldn't walk properly for 3 days afterwards.
Oh my god.
So this is why I prefer doing this.
Yeah.
More fun.
Yeah, more fun, less crippling pain.
He said it, and it's absolutely true.
And that's only
I think at 37 it's a bit late for me to make a pitch for the Olympics or the Games. I'd be realistic at this point.
Well, you never know, you can try your luck.
Nah, I'm good. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I said I wanted to get to 40 doing this and then see how I feel afterwards.
I think that's a pretty
2 years.
2 years. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal. I mean, if you keep going out the pace you'll get there, and no issue at all.
Well, we'll see. Anything's possible.
Indeed, yeah. So there are links for everything you listen in the description. So again, if you need a new trend for all the books, anyway, there you go.
It's all good.
There'll also be a top on the screen now around Jay and Cash Iron Serb's corner, where the Iron Serb socials will be and Wulfrun socials will be. I won't list CW and Phoenix Serb and everything else because I'll take up the entire screen now. It'll just be too much. Cool. But they'll also be in the description. So thank you for joining me. We'll do a part 2 where we'll talk more about your other circles. I've got so much more that I want to ask you, but I don't want to overrun this because I want people to fall asleep watching it.
Wow, he wants to talk to me more than Hannah Taylor. Who'd have thought it?
Anything can happen. So thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.
Massively appreciate it, and I will see you in a bit. Peace out. Thanks for that.